All right, we're going to start with breaking down these plywood sheets of cherry plywood so we can begin making the carcass of this liquor cabinet. And I'm also going to have a built-in humidor in it. So just taking my track saw here and breaking these sheets down to more manageable pieces. And then I got them broken down to more manageable pieces. Take them over to my table saw and cut them down to final size. All right, now I'm taking it over to my other table saw that I have a dedicated dado stack on, and I'm gonna cut some rabbets in here. And this will help ensure that I get the carcass put together in a fairly square fashion. But it also helps keep them square while you're gluing, screwing, and then stapling them up. And here I'm just doing a little test fit on that. And then right here I'm using that same test piece to set up the where I need that cut to go for the back panel, which is 3/16 to a quarter thick. And now I'm going to begin gluing up the carcass, and there's going to be 3 separate sections of this carcass. And the 2 end pieces will set in approximately 4 inches from the middle piece. Just clamping it all up, making sure everything is lined up and squared up, getting all the glue squeezed out. These are just the top slats right here. And now I'm cutting that 1/4 inch plywood that's going to be the back panels. Cutting those down to size. And it just slides right on in. And these right here are some little spacers that I'm cutting to put in between the 3 carcasses. And basically just kind of gives you a little extra room so everything is not butted up. And then when you get your doors on there, the doors can't open because everything is just so close together. So right here I'm stapling those spacers to the carcass. And I'm just using staples because there's also going to be screws involved when I put the carcasses together. So they definitely will not go nowhere. And I guess there will also be screws before I put the carcasses together. And here I'm just using my planer to get some of those burn marks off. Cherry is notorious for burning fairly easy whenever you use your table saw or any other saw. So I'm just doing a very light pass to get those burn marks off. And here I'm just gluing the trim on to the plywood carcasses. Using the clamps to clamp them on. I didn't want to use too many pin nailers or anything like that because I didn't want too many holes to have to cover up. So I only used them when it was absolutely necessary. And here I'm having to use that piece of scrap to help get my clamp, give it more clamping length, or however you want to say that, so I can get everything clamped down solid across that. Here I'm just rounding over. These are going to be used for, there's a shelf on each end of the carcass, as you can see right there, that I'm going to use to put a shelf on. And right here I'm putting about a 1/8 of an inch of cherry over the edge and using the blue tape to clamp it down, just so you don't have to see the plies on that piece of plywood. Just makes it a little bit more attractive. And right here I'm gluing on the face frame. And most time I'll put the face frame together and use pocket hole screws to do it all in one piece. But because of this one having the middle carcass sitting out 4 inches further than the two side pieces, I just went ahead and did every piece just as a single piece. And once again, I'm just using the clamps to clamp down the face frames. And then you see here, this is one of those few cases that I used my pin nailer. Just need a little extra hand there to keep it from slipping. And here I am using the pocket holes to put that little separator for where the drawer is going to be from where the two doors are going to be at the bottom. And right here, this is I'm cutting all the pieces down for what's going to be the top of this carcass. And then, like you can see right there, the burning on the cherry on the edge. It's just not a whole lot you can do for that. Even with the clean blade on there, the cherry just really burns fairly easy. And I'm joining one of the faces on these boards. And after I joint the faces, then I will joint one of the edges, get them square to one another. as I'm doing right here. And then I'm taking it down to thickness using the planer. And as you saw right there, I made some pencil marks on that side, just more or less so I know this is the side that needs to be planed down. I don't get the other side mixed up. Honestly, it wouldn't really matter. It's just kind of my thing. I always do the same side. And here I'm just marking for where the dominoes are going to go. I use the dominoes on this because I suck at doing glue ups like this, and the dominoes just help me get everything aligned a little bit easier. It's still hard because I still have the worst trouble doing glue ups like this, but it's a little bit easier. And as you can see, you got all the dominoes in place, putting the glue on the edge. Gonna spread it out. And for me, the problem with the big glue ups like this is just the open time that you have with the glue. It tacks up so fast. You know, I mean, you could use some like epoxy or something like that to give a little more open time, but you know, I'm used to using the glue, you know, and one of these days maybe I'll try something different. Alright, so I'm gonna get this table top tightened up on these clamps, and next what you're gonna see is I'm putting the separator where the two doors are gonna go, down at the bottom of the two ends, and once again using pocket holes to put that separator in place. And once that's done, part one of this video is going to come to a conclusion, and this will probably be 2, possibly 3 videos. I hope to have them out in the next couple weeks to a month, but if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, like, comment, share the video. I appreciate that, and y'all have a great one.